The other concern with retiring early or retirement in general is sequence of return risk, which basically is just a fancy way of saying if the returns are bad in the first couple years of your retirement, you will have a dramatically different outcome than someone who has a good start in terms of returns in their retirement. So sequence of returns risk is a big deal. And in conjunction with these distribution strategies that we've put in place at Legacy Point, it's also important to be thoughtful about how you take distributions. Usually, when a client retires, we have a flat level of monthly or biweekly distributions that are going out to them to replicate a paycheck, and they do their best to live within that. And then a client might reach out periodically and say, well, I'm taking a trip to Italy and I need $10,000. Great. We move that out for them on a one-time basis. And hopefully you are keeping within or around that 4% range. But those one-off distributions, the best time to be taking those is when you've had really good investment returns. And so if in those great years you are taking more money out to do special projects on the house or travel, or even just setting it aside into a bank account, building up the rainy day fund, that's a great approach. And then when markets are not so great and you have negative returns, doing your best to hold off on those distributions is something to consider. Because if the portfolio is down 10% and you're taking 4% in that year, that's now a 14% drop in your value. And it's not 14% to get back up to even. No, it's more like 18, 19, 20%.
Yep. And I think one of the scarier things that Will and I see when we meet with clients that are close to retirement is I'm an accumulator. I've got 99% of my money in equities, and thank God the S&P has done so well for me the past 15 or so years. We've had a great bull market. But unfortunately, once you reach your distribution phase, you're going to have to start taking money out of that. And we will have a bear market at some point in time. The last thing you're going to want to do is take money out of your equities and sell low. And to have a diversified portfolio that has not only upside from the stocks, but some downside protection, and they have bonds in there that are much more secure than the stocks, well, we can start to take distributions from those bonds while those stocks take time to build back up.